So, I don't think this is gonna look what I expect it to look like, but I don't know if wearing my glasses is a good thing or a bad thing, but it helps a little, I think, with the lighting, like, in my eyes. Check out my new Tana merch that I got. Back moment. Hello, who is she? Hey guys, it's Poppin', it's Starbucks, this and welcome back to another video where today we are going a little bit in the past. Or a lot, I should say. I contemplated on doing this type of video for like a while now because it's like past New Year's and it's past the old year and it's past a decade. So I was like, I don't think I'm gonna make this video, but I've decided to make this video because I don't have any other ideas. No, but yeah, that's literally why. Also, I think it'll be fun. A lot of people like are making memes about like how like this past decade went by so fast, or like how like, you know, whatever, but like a decade is like a long time. Like this decade took a while. Like, of course, like it's a decade, it's freaking 10 years. Like literally back in 2010, I was still in New Jersey, like to give you like some conceptualization for those of you that may know me. And if you don't know me, like I was in elementary school in 2010. Like that was a long time ago. I'm in my senior year of high school. And like, wow. So I thought I would put some of my personal bias and opinions out there on some of my top most like powerful, momentous moments of the past decade. Yes, I know everyone's doing these videos, but a lot of people are doing them like very like unbiased, or like very like, no, we love sharing opinions here, so we're gonna share my opinion, and I would love for you to share your opinions in the comments below, because why not? I have my iPad below me because I took a screenshot. Well, kind of, sort of. The list. I may insert the list. I kind of don't want to spoil it, so I may or may not insert the list. Without further ado, let's get right into the video and my list and my bias. Just because I say this doesn't mean it was actually momentous. It just personally affected my life a lot and like influenced my life. So just because I put down something doesn't mean, you know, you need to agree with me, or you don't need to not agree. That. If you do agree with me though, again, leave some comments down below. I want to hear your opinions, people, because my opinions are trash. So this list is not in any specific order from like top moments to like least top moments, because I literally did this, like had this idea like last minute that I was actually gonna go forward with it. So last night I just looked up some of the like, I looked up some big moments in like pop culture. By the way, this is like top moments in the past decade in pop culture. So like, you know, and there's gonna be a lot of things that I missed because like I said, I did this last night. I looked up some moments. I had some moments that personally affected me, so we're just gonna go through them. And yeah, so the first okay, so the first item I have on here, the first item, love. Would you like to order this? No. Super basic. By Nicki Minaj. Now, you may disagree with me on this because you're just not a Nicki Minaj fan, or you just didn't get affected by this. I personally wasn't a fan of Nicki Minaj like that big when this song popped. I became a fan of her in like the early 2010s. I'm pretty sure I became a fan of hers in like 2012, so like early 2010s, but not when Super Bass was out. But it was still a big cultural moment, I feel like, because I feel like female rap was like judged at that moment. Like it was like very like aggressively shook because Nicki was like, I'm here. Okay, so that is like a big moment, I feel like, in my personal experience, because like without that song, I personally feel like Nicki may not have popped as much as she did, and she did because of that one song and because of multiple others and her actual talent and all that jazz. But I also feel like it was a cultural movement because she was then brought forth into the game and like spread out very quickly. Another song is Telephone by Lady Gaga and Beyonce, because why would that not be on this list? But yeah, that was a big moment. Like, two pop queens, like, that was a big moment. Another one, Teenage Dream. You make me feel like I'm living a teenage dream, the way you turn me on. That album and song was one of the best pop albums ever made. I think that it just really was a breath of fresh air during that time period that it was released, and it was just nice to have another pop girl come up and like just take everyone by the neck and be like, I'm here, kind of thing. It was quite momentous, and I would love for that to happen again. I don't know if it will, because the music culture has been like diluted with all of these musical artists just trying to get money, fame, or sex, and like, so they're just trying to like get something out there that's kind of cringy, kind of stupid, but like people will buy it because it's repetitive, it has a nice beat, and it's like memeable, relatable, or anything like that. So I feel like it doesn't involve much talent anymore, but like I'm also not in the music industry and I don't know everybody there, so I also don't want to point fingers and say who does what, because there's a lot of people out there that maybe get like told like you're just a meme or you're just whatever, and they actually put a lot of work into it. So like, but I do feel like it has been diluted a lot since like the early thousands, like 2000s. Thing I have on here are two memes. So the meme culture really popped, I feel like, and I keep doing this because popcorn pops in with pop culture the past decade, and personally I did not find them very interesting when they first started to come around. There was only a very few amount that I liked. The memes that I like are the more relatable, like word jokes, like not really pictures with like words on them, but like maybe like a tweet kind of meme moment, you know what I mean? And if you can even call that a meme, I don't know what you would call that. I feel like it is. I don't know. But my two favorite memes from this past decade were the Knuckles one.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
And the Cars meme, the one with their eyes like to the side.
I am Speed.
And like, I don't know why it was just so funny to me. I think it's because my friends always like said like "Kerchoo." Like, I don't know. Knuckles one was just funny because he looked really cute. Like I wanted a stuffed animal of that, and like it was just really funny seeing like all of them like attack people in that one like virtual reality game. It was just funny to me. I don't know. And then we have some more songs. Anaconda by Nicki Minaj.
Anaconda don't want none unless you got buns, hun.
Again, I feel like that didn't really impact me much because I didn't really like the song when it first came out because I felt it was too much for me. I was really young at that age, so I personally didn't like it, and a lot of guys around me were sexualizing it, and I didn't like that because it was a very empowering song, so it really dulled it down for me when I saw a bunch of guys trying to sexualize a really empowering song. So that was really aggravating, so I kind of stepped away from it. But now that I'm getting older, I can appreciate it more, and I don't have any like toxic people around me trying to like spread the sexuality and the sexualness of the music video towards me and like trying to like point that out when it's more than just about that, but it is also about expressing her sexuality. Anyway, whoa, I think I already talked about that before, but yeah, that was still a big cultural movement that I feel like, I don't want to say that's when curvy bodies were more appreciated, but after the fact, they definitely were more appreciated than they had been, even though I felt like it was like a growing trend, and Nicki may have like popped that cherry kind of thing. Formation.
Okay, ladies, now let's get information. You know you that bitch when you cause all this conversation. Always stay gracious, best revenge is your paper.
That was like, I don't have much words for that because that was just iconic. Like it was a whole like massive world shutdown. I want to say world. Mainly United States, but like world, basically world. Lemonade, that whole era from Beyonce was a beautiful, powerful, messaging, full, meaningful album, message, everything. But Formation was one of the ones that really stuck out to everyone, not just like some of the main like, you know, like Beehive or fans of Beyonce, and it really had such a powerful message about police brutality, Black Lives Matter, and just so many more messages in that one song and through the whole album. And so I really want to put that album on a pedestal for this decade, this lifetime, because it should be written down in the history books. It really should be, because so many people got angry about it, and the people that got angry about it were the ones that were freaking stupid. That's like the worst word I can use to explain that. The reason people got angry about it is because it was such a powerful, true message. The next song, again from Beyonce and Nicki Minaj, is Feeling Myself.
I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling myself.
Show your love for Anika.
Flawless can also go in buttons with that because it's literally two of the most powerful black women that you have seen in the world come together to make one great song about positivity, woman empowerment, and just everything on that notch. If we had Rihanna in there, it'd be a holy trinity up in there, but we're not going to talk about that because Rihanna still hasn't dropped her album, but we're not going to talk about that. Rihanna has also made some big impact, but I didn't put them on my list particularly because she was in my life a lot because my family, like some of my, not family, but some people I was around listened to her, but it didn't personally affect me as much as it may have other people. Beyonce and Nicki Minaj were more in my life then. Anyway, and then Barack Obama, the Obamas in general.
If I had told you that we would win marriage equality and secure the right to health insurance for another 20 million of our fellow citizens.
Remember how I told you about his character and conviction. I also told you about our daughters, how they are the heart of our hearts, the center of our world, and during our time in the White House, we've had the joy of watching them grow from bubbly little girls into poised young women.
Forever president kind of a moment. Love that. We still love him. We still love their family. They're something we aspire to be. That I feel like, and Michelle Obama's the 2 year, I think last year was her second year in a row of being the most admired woman in the world or America. I feel like it's the world because honestly, like, who wouldn't? And then another thing is the pop of streaming services. I noticed that streaming services obviously was changed dramatically when Nicki started to stand up toward Billboard and to get streams counted. So like that was a big pop in the past decade to get streams counted, because if not, a lot of your favorite artists would not be where they are. Just put that out there. I have a lot on here, so I think I'm just gonna go through them rather quickly now. Social media. A lot of people don't like social media. I have mixed feelings. Obviously, I'm on a platform that is social media, multiple, and I use it. I think it is, I can go really in-depth on social media. Maybe that's what I'll do one day, just go in-depth about some of these topics, because they're really in-depth topics that I can talk about. If you want me to talk more about like some of these topics and some of the past things that have blown up in the past decade, not just for the decades or whatever, you know, YouTube is doing right now, where they're like, everyone's doing like, oh, favorite months of the 2010s or whatever, not just for that reason, but also because these have some powerful messages in it. I feel like, yeah, the pop of social media was pretty good in the long run. The Me Too movement, again, another topic I can go really in deep to. A lot of people misconstrue the Me Too movement, but overall, it is a bunch of the rape allegations going against other people. Not really about that, but more towards the woman. It is about the woman that was being affected. Why are my words getting mixed up? Because I'm talking too fast, because I'm trying to rush. What am I even saying? The Me Too movement was about everyone that was getting harassed, sexually abused, and all that, and it just tried to push something that was so hidden and so disgustedly look at that you were, you know, touched or whatever, and tried to bring it to the forefront. And I think it was a beautiful movement that started a bunch of other trends, and yeah. Another thing on my list is that the blow up of equality and trying to treat each other the same. I feel like we're always growing on that, and we're never gonna get to 100%. I feel like, because someone always wants to be top, someone always wants to be better, someone always thinks they're better, and that's okay to an extent, but at this extent, it's just not working out. There's so much more I can go into that, and especially because I messed up the whole first half. I'm also gonna probably keep in, because not the Me Too movement, but the feminist movement is what I would, so not Me Too for the first part, but feminist movement, and then the second half of what I just said was for Me Too. But both are misconstrued and mistaken movements, and people like to twist what they mean, and some people that are part of those movements twist what they mean, and in the end they are meant to help people and meant to make big changes for everyone by making everyone seen as equal and taken seriously and appreciated and heard and respected. I don't want to say I love the Kardashians. They have done some really bad things, blackface, that are not very funny. Different people can say that she's doing blackface, she isn't doing blackface, or like a bunch of other stuff that she's done that people say. That's a whole nother topic as well, but basically I am proud of her for becoming a lawyer and not just sticking on social media, because over time people die out, like not literally, but like also like literally, but like also like the fade and kind of dies. They've been going really hard for a long time, and I feel like they'll go for a little bit longer, but it's not going to be indefinite. And even if it is, like, I feel like you should always have a backup plan. They mentioned like their jobs can get really stressful because it is a job. And Kim K, even though you may not like her, you don't like her, or you do like her, I just said that literally 3 times the same thing. She's still making money, she's still hustling out here. You know, all those brands she does, she still has to work with them, work with her managers, her mom, and like a bunch of other people to make sure everything goes well and like doesn't tarnish her image, even though sometimes it does. So like I feel like her becoming a lawyer is a great step into not only perfecting her like craft, because knowing a bunch of knowledge about laws and stuff, she can make sure that she does everything right as well. But also just having a backup option just in case something happens. Another thing is a Britney, Nicki, Kesha Moment Till the World Ends remix. That was kind of cute. Love that.
Chimpanzees is hating, but I take it all in stride. Put her in a jungle with bananas on the side. Told you they'd revive your career, but somebody love.
Kesha's Rainbow Moment.
I hope you're somewhere praying. I hope your soul is changing.
I used to be a big fan of Kesha, then I kind of fell off because I was going into new music, Demi Lovato, Lady Gaga, Katy Perry, Beyonce, all those people, Nicki Minaj. But when she came back with Rainbow, it was such a powerful movement, and I feel like it aided to the Me Too movement and everything else that I've been talking about in this video, and I feel like it was a really needed moment. I hate to say that because it was such a sad moment that she had to go through, but I feel like even she may know, I don't want to speak on her behalf, and I don't know the pain she went through, to her extent, and to, of course, exactly what she felt like, but I do feel like she was definitely the person for those young girls, or young anybody, that if they ever were afraid to speak out, they definitely spoke out because of her. So I feel like her moment may not have been needed, but it definitely was gained upon through people looking at her and being like, oh my goodness, like this woman went through this, but yet maybe I'm going through the same thing and now I can go through it too. So I feel like it was such a powerful, meaningful, momentful, well, wow. And the boom of The Office. I love The Office. Some people are like, oh my god, so it's like racist, homophobic, whatever. And maybe you can say it is, but like, I love The Office, and I love that it popped, because otherwise I would have never found out about it. Oh my goodness. These next few I'm gonna go through really fast. I know I said that last time, but like, literally, there's so many on this list. Like I said at the beginning of the video, if you would like me to go into any of these topics, I'll actually put them in the description, because why not? For longer or in depth, please comment and let me know. I would love to. I love expressing my opinion and sharing my knowledge that I may know. That way I can get critiqued. Information can be brought to me. Why is someone turning on their car? I plan to use this channel as something to spread a message, a powerful, meaningful message, and that is to accept everyone, be equal, and just be open-minded. So I love talking about some of these more impactful, powerful things in the last decade, because I feel like it may open someone's eyes. So the next few are cultural movements, which I've been talking about through this whole entire video. Cultural movements I feel like have been really big this past decade, and like everyone's opening their eyes a little bit more. I feel like it could always get better, and like I said about people doing it indefinitely, like 100%, don't think it's ever gonna happen, but who knows. La La Land, the movie, Shane's Dawson's series, I feel like, and the one after that is YouTube's Come Up. I feel like both of them combined is really powerful movements. You may have really bad opinions on Shane Dawson. I definitely have mixed opinions on Shane Dawson, but overall, I think he's just trying to live his life. He seems really empathetic and really, just sensitive, which is okay because I'm sensitive too, and I don't mean that in a negative way that he's sensitive, but I feel like he may say some things that are wrong and taken out of the wrong way now. In his past, I'm not going to even mention his past because like that's a whole other conversation, literally. I just don't want to talk about somebody else's, you know, problems because I have my own, but his good things and his growth I think is really good, and it can spread a message to other people that other people can grow too. And YouTube's Come Up, I feel like YouTube is such a great platform to spread your message on, and I feel like even though it has its downfalls because it is a company, you know, bad communication, I feel like overall without YouTube a lot of things would be bad. Ariana's pop was good. Ariana Grande, like her pop in the last decade, was really amazing because she makes good music. She's a great vocalist, and she's best friends with Nicki Minaj. That's amazing. Megan Thee Stallion's pop in the last few years. She is a great artist, and she is a great lyricist, and she's a great writer because she writes her own music, and we love that. Doja Cat's pop. I love Doja Cat. The Stupid Hoe music video I felt like was great because I'm obsessed with Nicki Minaj, but like,
You a stupid how? 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 Yeah, you a stupid how? You a stupid how?
I feel like it was also a great way to show that how powerful she is. She made I love the song, but a lot of people dislike it. There's like more dislikes than likes on that video. It still popped. It's just like, it still was good. Like, it still made money for her. And it's funny because it just shows that she can make a horrible diss track and still make money off of it. Starships.
Let's do this one more time. Starships, we're meant to fly. Hands up and touch the sky.
Another big thing, kind of like super bass. It just brought a lot of people to her, brought her a lot of boom, pop, bang. Polaroid aesthetics, I love Polaroid aesthetics. I always am using the Fuji filters and like anything like that. When I say Polaroid aesthetics, I mean like Tumblr aesthetics and like anything like with lights and like sparkles and like the like rainbow kind of like vintage kind of look. I know it's like not really a pop because vintage was like an actual thing, but like I love it. Influencers popping, it's kind of like a 50-50 on me. Again, I would go into that more on the social media topic if you would like me to. But I love that now we have real people, even though they're still, you know, making more money than real people and like maybe have better lives. In the beginning, they started out as real people, and some of them have real stories to tell, and some of them are using their platforms to tell their real stories, help real people, and just push a good narrative. Some. Lady Gaga's Born This Way and ARTPOP.
On the right track, baby, I was born this way. Oh, there ain't no other way. Baby, I was born this way. Baby, I was born this way. Give me the feeling of love. Turn the lights on. Put your hands up, make them turn it on. Give me the feeling of love. Turn the lights on.
Moments in history that will forever go down, I feel like, because they're cultural, they're artistic. Lady Gaga as a whole. Sometimes she does things that I don't like, but that goes for everyone, you know, except Beyonce. Beyonce does everything, and I love Beyonce. Beyonce literally does nothing wrong. Like, but overall, I feel like Lady Gaga has made such a staple in history and people and just blah, like amazing. I can go into that forever. Beyonce, Jay-Z, and Solange. I don't want to talk much about that because everyone knows what that is. But like, that was pretty funny, and like I want to know the team. But like, and the solar eclipses this year were pretty cool. This decade were pretty cool. And then the last item I have on my list, which isn't, like I said, it's not in any specific order, but Demi Lovato's relapse with drugs was pretty big for me.
Mama, I'm so sorry, I'm not sober anymore. And Daddy, please forgive me for the drink spilled on the floor.
She was like a big part of my early 2010s, late 2000s, and it was really kind of disheartening and upsetting to see her go through what she went through, and everybody making memes about it was disgusting to see. I don't care how many bad things Demi Lovato might have done and might have said, that's disgusting to wish someone death because they have relapsed on drugs or to make jokes about it. But yeah, it was definitely really shaking for me because I had grown up with her, and to see her go through that was horrible. To hear her song Sober was really sad, and I just really hope that she can get through, because I know her life's like crazy right now with her new boyfriend and getting bullied for it. Yeah, that concludes my list of the most pop cultural movements in the past decade, with my experience, personal bias, everything like that. Sorry if I talk too fast. I really have a lot of stuff to do today. Love how I don't have a watch on. I looked for my watch. Well, yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure if you have any suggestions for videos, or you would like to if you would like me to elaborate on any of these topics talked about today, leave them in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, keep your heads up high, and I will definitely be seeing you guys next time. It's not a good thing. Ooh, it leans back. It's a lean back. I said no thank you.